there's this thing going on in Canada right now. There's this movement, this trucker convoy in Ottawa, which is our capital. There's this discussion right now culturally in Canada about freedoms and mandates and vaccines and masks and what freedom really is, and government overreach and societal good and individual autonomy, and all this discussion going on right now as a culture. And it's fascinating because literally a guy sent me, I'm studying the text this week, and of course I was quarantined while I was studying this text too from my family, and so all these questions about freedom kind of arise. And so what's interesting about it is I'm literally studying the text for this week, and it's John chapter 8, starting at verse 31, and Jesus is literally talking about freedom. And this is kind of God's timing in all this, because he kind of switches it and does this very interesting thing when he's talking about freedom, because that, of course, is the cultural moment we're in right now. And when I say that, I don't mean I'm going to get political. All right, some of you wish I would get more political. I see your emails, and I'm going to resist the temptation to do that because, as I said, when I was speaking a few weeks ago down in California at a Bible conference, and I was able to, which is probably where I got COVID, to be honest. It's like the Wild West down there, and there was kind of this like moment where I talked to them about, listen, I understand you want your pastors and leaders to make all these political things, but the job of the pastor is actually to reach both kinds of people, right? The job of the pastor is not to kind of take a political side on something, because when you do that, you lose the other side in the conversation about what is massively important, which is the person and the work of Jesus. That I don't really just want to solve a problem for a group of people for the 80 years that they have on this planet. I want to solve it for the 80 billion after that, which means I have to actually speak to their soul problem versus their cultural problem. And so I looked at them and I said, listen, Jesus tells me I gotta reach the older brother and the younger brother in the prodigal son parable. You got the younger brother who's this, and the older brother. The older brother's this kind of, I read my Bible every day, I go to church, and I gotta reach that person, the stay-at-home mom, who thinks the world's 10,000 years old and that Satan put dinosaur bones in the earth to distract us. I gotta reach her for Jesus. And then I gotta reach the younger brother in that parable. The progressive liberal who thinks there's 200 genders and that we gotta, eat mushrooms and organics and speak to the universe and go to our own heaven by wearing Lululemon pants. I gotta reach them. And so you gotta stick to the gospel then, as a pastor, in order to reach people with ultimate freedom, which is what Jesus is talking about today.